Today's episode is brought to you by HydroJug, hydration made easy. Listen, you know that I'm always talking about all of the easy ways that you can live your best and most positive life, and getting in your water is at the very top of my list. Get yours today by going to thehydrojug.com and using the code POSITIVELYYOU for 10% off so you can start hydrating in style. Welcome to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I'm passionate about helping you shift the way you think so you can create a life you're absolutely obsessed with. Each week, I'll be bringing you a guest or a thought that's going to help you feel more optimistic and equipped to take real action. Get ready to push past limiting beliefs, ditch that negativity, and start showing up as the best and most positive version of you. Girl, let's do this. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Positively You podcast. I'm Jessie, and thank you so much for pressing play today and tuning in and hanging out with me. I realize it's just my voice and you're not talking back, but it still feels like I get to hang out with you every week, and it is honestly one of my favorite parts of the week. So thank you so much for being here. Okay, I want to start out with a question for you to kind of think about, and then we'll get into the real topic. Have you ever felt guilty for feeling good? All right, just keep that question in mind. We will get back to it. We'll come full circle. Have you ever felt guilty about feeling good? Okay, so last week I had the opportunity to kind of switch seats a little bit, and instead of me being the interviewer, I got to be interviewed on a different podcast. I was on my friend Elizabeth's show. She hosts the Woman of Wellness podcast, and we had a fantastic conversation where we talked about being positive when life throws you a curveball. And it was a great conversation. I will definitely link to it because it was really, really good, and you should definitely listen to it. But in it, we mentioned a little bit about, we were talking about feelings, and I wanted to dive in a little bit more over here and just have a very quick episode because it's just kind of a quick thought. So this won't take too much of your time. But we talked about the idea of feeling your feelings, which you know I am a big fan of. And that's a very popular phrase or saying right now. Feel your feelings. All feelings are valid. Feelings matter, right? Like, feel all those feelings. And I want you to think about when you hear that phrase, I think we all automatically go to the quote unquote negative or bad or low energy, low vibe feelings when we give ourselves that permission to feel our feelings, or you should feel all your feelings. We automatically think about, yeah, you should feel your sadness, you should feel your frustration, you should feel your anger. And it tends to be, that's kind of the automatic way that we assume that phrase. But I want to kind of flip it a little bit. While I think it is great that we are acknowledging our feelings more and that we're giving ourselves permission to not just slap a smile on and fake it till you make it and just pretend everything is a ray of sunshine when we're breaking down inside, that we're getting comfortable feeling our feelings, I wonder if we're getting comfortable feeling our feelings on the flip side. Have you ever gone through something hard or a trial, or you've got life that's kind of feeling really overwhelming, and then you've had a moment where you felt really, really happy, or you've been laughing, or you felt joy, and you almost feel a little bit guilty for feeling good? That is something that I talked with Elizabeth about a little bit. We talked about going through a trial or when life throws you a curveball, that you almost don't feel worthy about feeling good, that we shouldn't feel good. We should feel sad. that we should be miserable or something, that we have to suffer our way through it. And I call bull on that. I think that life is all about this delicate dance and harmony of different feelings and flowing. And I think that as we've given ourselves permission to be able to feel those lower vibe emotions, right? Like sadness and anger and jealousy or whatever, like name your emotion, that I think it's also important on the flip side that we give ourselves permission to feel the good, high vibe emotions also without guilt. That it's okay to feel really good and really happy and proud of yourself and content. Sometimes we feel those feelings and then almost feel guilty and feel like we have to like, yeah, but this is still going wrong. Like we almost can't let ourselves feel all the way happy. We have to like rein it back a little bit. And so I wanted to just kind of flip that thought a little bit, that phrase that we hear all the time of feel your feelings without guilt, and all your feelings matter, and they do. But I wanted to just ask you a little bit different of a question about that and get your brains kind of thinking a little bit and give you something to kind of be like, do I do that? Have you ever felt guilty for feeling good? I don't think our feelings and our emotions need to have guilt attached to them because we're humans. We experience things and we're naturally going to have different emotions and different feelings. And I think if we can allow ourselves to feel those and to just let them be what they are, we're going to have a heck of a lot better life experience here. So like I said, I just wanted this episode to be incredibly quick today and get your little brains thinking a little bit. Sometimes I love to do that. I love to just kind of ask myself questions, and rather than keep this one to myself, I thought I would pose it to you. So feel your feelings, feel the good ones, feel the low vibe ones, feel all of them, and just acknowledge that you are having an amazing human life experience, and emotions and feelings are a part of it. All right, well, there is a little peek into my brain and how it works. Let me know if you found this question thought-provoking or what you think about feeling those feelings, and if you've ever felt guilt for feeling good. Have an amazing last week or last couple of weeks of summer. I hope your transition goes smoothly into the school year, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I'm so glad you pressed play. If you want to take a quick second to share this episode with someone you think would love it too, that would be amazing. If you're loving the show, make sure you go and leave a review on iTunes. Reviews are like magic for podcasts, and your review will help get this show into the ears of more amazing women just like you. And come find me over on Instagram. I'm there at positively.jessie, and I cannot wait to hang out with you some more. So until next time, have an amazing week.